Hey everybody! Welcome to another night, Saturday Night Live. I hope everyone's doing well. I do want to remind everybody that we are at a campground and it can get a little loud sometimes. We have some neighbors behind us. We still live near one of the bases, so you'll hear choppers and everything once in a while. So if you do, just know it'll be okay. So I want to say hi. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining our what to expect when expecting while RVing. Um, what I mentioned before in the past too is like our experiences may not reflect everything that happens with you, but it's giving you some idea what it's like to live full-time RVing with a child or getting ready to have a child RVing with you. I will have some guest appearances, hopefully in the future. I reach out to some people, so I will let you know who our special people will be in our next live streams and so forth as we get further along. I will be giving some channel shout outs. I will let you know a little bit about those families. Some of them are YouTubers and some of them are like Instagram and so forth, or they write blogs. So not everybody that I promote is a YouTuber. I'm going to get out as much as I can because definitely those that write blogs and everything, some of them have a book. And you may be that person that likes to read books instead of watching videos all the time. So I would like to promote all those channels and everything. So first off, talking about other channels that are here, I like to say hi to a couple of people that are in the chats. So John Chalker, yes, he's the first one that arrived tonight, and he's from Connecticut. And then he says, "How you doing?" And uh, there we go. "How are you doing, POA? Nice to see you, and you're looking well. I hope you're feeling good today." I am feeling well. I did a couple of days ago feel the baby really moving a little bit more. I'll get into that a little bit later. But we did go for a bike ride today. And I bought a bike yesterday. And I haven't rode a bike in a long time. So Fabi and I rode up to the beach. And it's about 3 miles one way and a little less than an hour back and forth. But my behind is hurting. There's nothing wrong with the seat or anything. You just haven't done it in a while. So if you see me moving around a lot, it's probably because I need a donut to sit on and I don't have a donut. Um, but yeah, it was a fun day. So thank you for asking how I was doing. We also want to say hello to Weekend RVing. Thank you for joining us. I hope everything is going well. And thanks for the cool background shout out. So these curtains actually are from Walmart. We took off the valances with the blackout shades and we ended up installing curtains and everything. And there's a rod holding it. And I actually had to cut the curtains to size. So it wasn't hard. Actually, I think this was only like one panel and so forth. But yeah, we had to cut them, and I just heat bonded the bottom and everything. And we have curtains around the RV. So we did show some of that in our live stream that we did a couple weeks ago on April 15th. It was my birthday, so I remember that. And it showed some of the mods that renovations that we did inside the RV. And the curtains is one of them. I do have a video for when we had Woody of how we made curtains for Woody. And I just did the same thing for these ones. So if you're interested in how to make curtains for your RV, feel free to check out our how-to playlist. Shows all our renos and how to do certain things with your RV. And you'll see me standing there and no sewing whatsoever. All heat just from an iron and a little bit of tape and just some scissors. It is very simple. And you too can do it. And then my mom is here. Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining us. And I'm not sure if you're still at Graham's or not. If you are, hi, Grandma. So thank you for everybody that's joining us. I know there's a couple of people that usually don't type in the chat, so I just want to say thank you for joining us as well. And if you are watching the replay, thank you for stopping by and seeing what I had to say tonight. Really appreciate all the love and support. It really is to build up the community and help people understand what it's like to RV with a child. It is our first child. We have a dog, and it's not going to be the same. It's a dog, but the factor is like of having a family and doing all these things and traveling. And right now we're kind of stationary because I'm on Navy orders for a bit. So we're not going to be traveling right away with the child, but we'd love to show those as we get further along and everything, and what it's like to actually work camp and actually have a child in an RV. So for this episode, though, we will be talking about the second trimester. So the first episode, we talked about how Fabian and I started from the beginning, and then we later on went in for the second episode, we later on went for like the first trimester. And I talked a little bit about the first trimester and health insurance and a couple other things to think about while you're traveling with it when you're first starting to have the child. I almost said when you first had a baby. Technically, we are having a baby. It's inside me. But all the appointments and everything that you need to think about while you're traveling or if you're going to be stationary. This episode is episode number 3, and we're going to be talking about the second trimester, some of the things that I have gone through. Now, I'm only at week 21 right now, so I won't be able to cover everything and so forth for everything that we've learned for the second trimester. But I would love to show you some of the things that we have changed in the RV, as well as getting prepared for the child, some of the appointments that we had to take care of, and something really, really cute that Fabian did. And of course, I'm going to do those channel shout outs as well for you to check out and see what it's like to full-time RV with a family. Each week, I will be promoting some more channels and so forth. So make sure that you stick to our Saturday Night Lives and see what other channels I promote and talk about, because they're not all going to be the same. And they each have their own little aspect too. And my mom is with my grandma. So, hey. All right. So let's get going. We've been in for about 10 minutes and everything. So let's talk a little bit. Oh, and one more thing. If you have any questions, feel free to type it in the chats and I will answer them. If you're watching the replay, feel free to write a comment down below and I will write back to you in anything that you ask. All right, so we already did the introductions. Yes, I have a little piece of paper that I write things down and so forth. So we did introductions and so forth. And one of the things that happening from semester number 2. I almost forgot for a moment. All right, so for this trimester, it gets a little bit more crazier. You start to feel baby movements once in a while. I started feeling them, but it was like random moments. People are like, hey, it's supposed to feel like butterflies in your tummy. And I'm like, I don't know what butterflies in the tummy feels like. But sure. I felt like these little tings once in a while. And it feels like something is pressing on my body. Once in a while, I had like a little moment. And it was like, is that it or not? And then most of the time it wasn't it. And it was just something else like gas. But 2 days ago, I was laying in bed. And it was about week 20 because I'm just entering week 21 now. So it was week 20 and I was laying in bed on my tummy just right. And it was 6 something in the morning and I felt the baby moving and I just laid there for a half hour. And I was so afraid that if I moved, I'd never feel it again because I really haven't felt it, just those little tiny kicks here and there. A week ago, I felt like 3 little boom, boom, bumps. And that's all I pretty much felt. So I'm just laying there. Eventually, half hour later, Fabian wakes up. He looks at me. He's like, what's going on? And I'm like, I can feel him move. And he's like, huh? I'm like, I can feel him move. And he's like, who, Jag? And I'm like, no, the baby. And he's like, oh. So those are the moments that you really start treasuring. and I posted it on Facebook and everything. And I had a lot of people comment back that later on, you apparently start feeling hiccups. And then, a lot of them were like, yeah, you can actually see the baby moving and you can actually see them like press out and so forth. And some people suggested, like, when you have the hiccups or the baby has the hiccups, you put like a cup of water on your belly and you just watch it like vibrate. So when that starts happening, I will definitely share those moments with you and so forth. Uh, but this week was just a couple of moments. And that one morning that I actually felt them. And then once I moved over, I haven't really felt them since then, give or take. I still have my own random hiccups. Speaking of hiccups, I'll just do a random hiccup every now and then. Pretty loud, obnoxious. Thankfully, it hasn't really happened on a live stream. My mom and everything knows all about it, and Grandma, and poor Fabian too. I just say that is Junior trying to speak, or he's just moving around, whatever the situation is. Have any of you ever had that moment where just random things happen to you and you're just like, huh, I never did this before and now I do it all the time? And yeah, have anybody experienced that before? If you have, feel free to put it in the chat or in the comments. But yeah, so we did get to see the baby again ish. So I'm going to show you some footage around weeks 18 to 20. You do end up having an anatomy scan. So the anatomy scan shows like the dimensions of the baby, and from head to toe, you get to see the heart chambers. You get to see if it's a boy or girl. If you're really interested in knowing, you don't know yet. Of course, we found out beforehand because we did the genetics testing where they took some of my blood and they did whatever they had to do, and they were able to figure out if it was a boy or girl at that time. And they ended up calling and telling my family, and that's how we did the live stream surprise. And we found out that it's a boy. But at the anatomy scan, if the baby's sitting just right, you'll be able to see if it's a boy or girl. And then it's a whole bunch of other things that happen. Unfortunately, for my anatomy scan, it didn't go too well. So I have to go back for another one. There's nothing wrong with the baby that we could see. They think it's off by a couple of days. So I went in exactly at like 18 weeks, like at the beginning from what they calculated. However, when they were doing all the measurements, it was off by about 3 to 4 days. So that also made it harder for them to get everything they needed for the baby for that time. So when the baby was nestled in, and I'll show you some photos and everything, but the baby was nestled into my right hip, and he was just sitting there, not really wanting to move. And you could see the heartbeat and everything. And I actually got to see all 4 chambers of his heart, so that was wicked cool. So that also calmed my nerves because he would not move. He was just nestled in. He was probably sleeping, not wanting to do anything. And it scared me a little bit, not going to lie. But the nurse or the technician had me get up, walk around. She had me lay on my left. She had me lay on my right-hand side. She even took the bed and put me up, and my feet were above my head, and I'm just like upside down. And she was jiggling the belly so hard, and she was just like, blah, 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 just trying to make him move, and he just wouldn't move. Honestly, he would have flipped her off if he could have. Like, the only time he did move is when she started shaking him, and you could just see his head just like, like, what in the world is going on? And then once in a while, like, you see his arm move, like he wants to hit whatever it was. So I'm like, okay, so he's just sleeping and he just doesn't want to move. So while I'm talking about that, let me get that photo up and everything. Excuse me as I lean in and so forth, but I just want to make sure I get the right one and get to the right screens to be able to show it. Now, this is from the scan and it is digital. Share screen. Let's go to, oops. I don't know if I need this. Okay. Here we go. So here is Fabian Jr. I'm not sure if you guys can hear me or not. I hope so. But I'm trying to, there we go, make it bigger. Okay. So I'm going to use this mouse. I don't know how well you can see this mouse as I'm moving it around. But the very top part is his head. So he is sitting there. His back is over here, all nestled in. His little legs are, I really wish I had a different color. His legs are right around here. It's hard to see white on white. I wonder if I can do something. I'll just draw something. Will that work? Maybe. We're just going to draw on Fabian for a little bit. So here is his head. I can't make it bigger, sorry. So that's his head. And then we'll just do that. And then right through here, oops. Right through here is his backside. Just making sure you guys can hear me. Oh, I had a couple people come in. I'll say hi to you guys in a moment. So there is Fabian's backside. And then get rid of that. And then we'll go back to his legs are down here. So I'm just showing you where the legs are. And then I'm going to erase it so that way you can see it better. Oops. And then his little hands are like right here and so forth. So this is the Fabian Jr. just chilling out. Oopsie daisy. Erase all. Okay. So he was just staying in that little position, all nestled into my right hip. Didn't want to move one bit. So that now, since I kind of drew that out, you can kind of see what I'm talking about. His little mouth is right in the middle. I really hope you guys can see, and like his nose and everything. He just laid there. So because he wasn't moving, giving all the things that we needed for the scan, unfortunately, it led to me having to get another scan because they couldn't get the dimensions of his head because of how he was sitting and so forth. So I'm not upset because now on June 4th, I get to go see the baby again, whereas I wasn't going to be able to if he behaved. So 45 minutes of them trying to get him to move, leading to another appointment later on, was actually kind of beneficial. All I know is he was good. His heart rate was excellent. And I think it was around 148 or so. And then he was moving a little bit and he was punching a little bit, very upset with a technician that's trying to jiggle my belly, which, by the way, I was bruised later. She was hitting my belly so hard that I ended up getting a little bruise. So I was not very happy about that. But anyways, I guess a little trick to making the baby move is right beforehand, drink some orange juice, and that little sugar rush will help him or her move a little bit more in the belly. Now, I also talked about him being a boy and how you can see it in the scan. So I do want to share the moment. This is probably about to be the only time that I'm going to show off Fabian Jr.'s little woo-ha and so forth. So let me get to that sharing the screen and so forth. And just give me 1 second. Hopefully you guys can hear me when I go to that. If not, I'm so sorry. All right, so here we go. Okay, so in the corner, in the down left-hand corner, she did type in, it's a boy. But up here, this is where Junior is at underneath. And I should probably do that drawing thing again. Because I don't think you can, oops. Hit the wrong thing. I'm sorry, everybody. 1 second, please. Okay. I want to go to draw. So we'll change it to a color that's kind of bright. So right here where I'm drawing, right there is one leg, and here's his other leg. And then you can kind of see his hand right here. And then where this little arrow is pointing to, right there, I'll move it right there, where that little arrow is pointing to, that's the Ruha for Fabian Jr. So that's how you can tell if it's a boy or girl. You can see that. I will laugh a lot over the fact of my mom. She's in the chat. My mom was like, that's tiny. She looks like a tip of a pencil. I'm like, Mom. Like, I think at that time, like, I think it was like maybe like this size. I forget what size he was. It was like a small orange or something silly. I'm like, he's the size of something wicked small. I'm like, what? How big did you want him to be? Like, he's a little baby. He wasn't even 10 inches yet. I mean, I think I would have to double check, but I was like, okay, Mom. Like, thanks for shaving the little one, Grandma. So that's what I did around week 18, and I'll go back again on June 4th and so forth to see more. And when I get those photos and so forth, I will share those photos with you. By then, you'll be able to see things a lot easier, I feel. So I want to say hi to a couple people that have joined us tonight. And I really appreciate you, Box Fan D, for stopping in and saying hi and seeing Fabian Jr. and so forth. And really appreciate it. I hope you're staying cool where you're at. I don't want to say out loud where you're at because I don't want others to know unless if they are actually following you. So I like to keep privacy for you. But I hope you're staying cool. And then we also have the Griswold family vacay. Hey, hey, hey. So thank you for joining us and so forth. And you guys were talking back and forth. It almost looks like he was praying. Well, he probably was praying after what the technician was doing to me, make me move to the left, flipping me over to the right, and then making my feet go up in the air. It felt like a roller coaster ride, what she was doing to me, and then juggling me. He was probably just holding on like, oh my God, I don't know what's going on. So he probably was. He really was not happy. So, and then I'm glad you guys could hear me. Thank you. And then we also have, don't worry about it. Just take your time. You're doing a great job with the video. Oh, thank you. Yes, I appreciate it. So, but yeah, I have another doctor appointment on the 24th, and I'm not really sure what it's about. So next week or so, I'll be able to tell you, or not next week, because it won't be next week, because it'd be 2 weeks from now. So Memorial Day weekend, I'll be able to tell you how that appointment goes and so forth. But it's very exciting. And then I also do have, I'm hoping I loaded it. I wanted to share the heartbeat because that happened around the same time as the second trimester. The first trimester, we weren't able to hear the heartbeat because they did a different type of scan. And they didn't want to hurt the baby with the Doppler on top. So when they did the other way inside, that's how they did the reading. So right before my birthday, we were able to hear the heartbeat. And I need to find that for you all. I forgot to upload it into here, but I think I have it somewhere else. Or I totally forgot. Which, if I did, I will show in another live stream. Or I can just do this. 1 second. Let me see what I can do. And 1 second. I have something. It just really shows me, like, you don't really need to see me. That's not the important part. I'm just in my Navy uniform. You can't really see anything going on. It's more about hearing what's going on. That's the important part. But I'm super glad that Fabian got to hear due to COVID and everything, they had some restrictions going on, and they weren't really allowing people for their significant others to come in. Now, since things have lifted, actually for this anatomy scan, baby can now come in and see the baby. And so it really was a blessing. Let's put it that way. It was a blessing over the fact that he wasn't able to see the baby as long as I did last time. And now he can go in because everything started lifting. He can now go in and see the baby. So it's a blessing. It really is. Things happen for a reason. And yeah, I needed him for support. And I really appreciate how he's becoming more involved and developing more of a fatherly figure. In the beginning, he was kind of standoffish. Part of it is because what happened with us in the past with our miscarriage and so forth, and it's understandable. So now with us moving forward and everything is going well, he's been more interactive. And actually, you want to know what I'll do? While I'm trying to find this video for you, I'm going to share with you a video of Fabian. We have a baby registry, and some of the people that we have sent it to have actually sent us some of our baby registry stuff. And this video is one of the books that was sent to us. And I'd like to share this with you while I try to find this. So here you go. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm a little camper. Yes, you are. I'm spending the night in the forest for the very first time. Hey, what is that sound? I visit the forest during the day lots of times. But every time seems different at night. It's dark, so it's hard to see. And nighttime sounds are different from daytime sounds. Did you hear that? I wonder what animal made that sound. Look, there's a little bear. Hi, baby bear. Where's your mama? Don't be scared. You're safe here with me. Wow, there are sure a lot of sounds to hear in the forest at night. And the forest feels colder at nighttime too. That's okay, baby bear. We'll be warm by the campfire. I'm getting sleepy. All the forest noise and starting to sound like a lullaby. Good night, little bear. Sweet dreams. It's almost morning. The sun is starting to come up. Look, here are all the animals that we heard. And here comes your mama. The nighttime forest is full of friends. That's it.
The end.
Good night.
So, what did you all think? I thought it was super cute. And yeah, it's a cute little book, and it's about camping. So it makes those sounds, and Fabian usually reads it every single night, and he puts the book on top of the belly so that way the junior can hear the sounds. And the funny thing is, once in a while, I do feel like he like moves to straight when certain sounds happen, but I can't really confirm, but I can't really deny. So yeah, it was really cute. And I did find that video that I wanted to show you and so forth. But I want to read some of the comments real quick. And yes, Fabian will make a great dad and you'll be a great mom. Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's definitely different. We are older. I'm 37 now. So I feel that because we've done all the exploring and we're really ready for a family, that when we do this full-time RVing, we're going to be all set and ready to go. And I feel that us being a little bit more mature for us in our lives, that anybody can have a baby, and everyone does that different age group. But I feel that for us, having our experiences and our travels and being able to do what we do, we're now finally ready. So thank you. Really appreciate it. And yeah, 19 weeks left. 19 weeks. Oh my. And then we had some people talking to each other and so forth. And you could always consider a midwife for delivery. So Fabian can be right there for you through the labor, while in labor and delivery. Just have everything ready and set up if you have to go to the hospital. Yes. So actually Fabian wanted to have a home birth. He wanted to have the baby inside the RV. So he wanted to blow up one of those pools and like use our faucet from our sink and like attach a hose to that, fill up that lovely little pool, and then to drain it, have a garden hose leading out the front door. And I was just like, no. First of all, that's a lot of weight. And secondly, I don't think I'd want to have a baby in an RV. And more than likely, if we were to, Fabi would have cameras everywhere. Like, we actually have security cameras in here, and it would capture everything. And I don't think you guys really want to see my woo-ha and all that other stuff that's not so pretty. I mean, there's some people that might. It'd be very educational. But I don't know if we're going to do it here. If it happens, it happens. And right now, since I'm in the Navy, I have to go to Portsmouth Naval Hospital, and the Navy will take care of all the stuff for me. So that's one beneficial thing that's helping right now for everything, definitely for medical insurance and so forth. And then, oh, hey, Pause and Effect. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's totally been a long time. People's schedules have been super crazy. Mine's been super crazy. I feel bad that I haven't been really going on people's streams as much as I used to, or videos. I know Fabian's trying to keep up with everybody, but he's also working. Like right now, he works from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night. And then I work during the day. And I can't really, when I work during the day, I leave here at 8 and I get home sometimes around 5, sometimes around 6 at night. And then by the time I'm getting here, he's pretty much gone, or whatever have you. And I got to take care of the dog and like feed the dog. And then you just have the normal stuff going on and feel bad. We still actually have to work on the video for tomorrow. We have it almost all the way done. Tomorrow's video that comes out on Sunday nights at 6 p.m. Us actually going around Mount St. Helen area. We have a couple of hikes that we did. For this video, we didn't get to go actually into Mount St. Helen because it was closed at that time that we went there. It is now open, by the way, but Johnson's Ridge was closed. But we got to show you some of the hikes that is very capable for handicapped people or for people with children or dogs. So dog friendly, children friendly, handicapped, accessible, very nice leisurely walks, and it's beautiful. And the lake that we walk, one of the lakes that we walk around is actually built when Mount St. Helen erupted, and it formed after that. So it's very freshly new lake. It's really pretty, and I can't wait for you all to see that tomorrow night and so forth. As I do a little, hey, shameless plug, I guess. Yeah, Fox Bandy, she's like, oh, water birth. That would be pretty cool. Videotape for you, not the rest of the world. Yeah. Fabian's like, I want to be right up there with the camera. And I'm like, no, thank you. In all honesty, I think if he really saw like the crowning and everything, I don't know how he would handle it. He might pass out. He might just be like, oh. I should show him some videos that I've seen in the past and just be like, hey, baby, this is what it looks like. You really want to film your wife going through this? Okay. No, Mom, I don't want to do it in the RV because no, Jag. Can you just imagine Jag? He likes to lick water. I mean, when we were rowboating in the last video, he was over the side licking the water. I'd be in there and Jack would be like, "Oh, hey, mom." No, that's the weirdest thing. No, we're going to pass on that, but thank you. And John Taka, go Fabian, you did a wonderful job. Yes. Yes, he did. And it's his first time reading it too. He legit surprised me with it. I was just sitting out here relaxing after work and he comes out and he's like, "All right." And he starts opening it. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" So totally unexpected. I really appreciated that moment. And yeah, I hope everyone's having a great Saturday as well. I'm sorry if you, like I said before, if you hear anything in the background. We are in a campground. We have some neighbors behind us. They have a dog and so forth. Jack's behaving really well outside. So it's getting dark. So by the time this live stream is done, I'll get him back inside. But yeah, he's doing great. And Box Van D, you assisted a midwife on a birthing many years ago. Ooh, that must have been really cool. Maybe one day you can talk about it and so forth if you're willing to. That'd be really cool to hear. And maybe I'll throw Faith in and watch it and listen. I don't think he really knows what goes on. He doesn't know about all that stuff. He doesn't know about like the placenta. He doesn't know about all the gruesome stuff. I went and bought diapers. I'll be honest. I went and bought diapers because I'm getting prepared. And he's like, "Why do you have diapers?" And I'm like, "Honey, you have no clue what's about to happen to my body after all this." I kind of gave him the details. I don't want to go into this because I know some people, that's not their type of thing. But diapers afterwards are needed because of the afterbirth and stuff. We'll just keep it there. And Mom has her dog Paige that was there with Jag and I when we lived at the house and so forth. So she keeps hearing me and hearing Jag's name and she's getting excited. So that's pretty cool. And then Pause and Effect says, "My cousin just had her second baby on the way to the hospital." Oh, you're on the way to the hospital right now? Like, or yeah, that's exciting. Sorry. I'm realizing as my pregnancy goes along that I'm getting more excited for little things. But yeah, Box Vandy, totally understand if you don't want to talk about being there helping a midwife. I'm sure there'll be some fans. Yeah, you have a very big group, and some of them might be like, "That's a little weird to be talking about right now," but I think it would be cool. Just saying, little things like that. But yeah, does anybody have any questions? Because we're getting closer towards the end of the live stream, and I want to make sure I answer any of the questions you may have. I covered a couple of the things. I still have to show you the video or have you listen to the video of the heartbeat. And then I want to show you what we got for the baby to sleep in because it's nice and compact, and I want to talk about that and some of the renovations that we actually did. And we're going to have some more videos of like how we did the renos and so forth because we haven't put it all together yet, so it's not very easy to show you, but I would love to show you some of the stuff that we did. So while I get this video rocking for you, feel free to type in any questions or anything you want to say, and I will read it out, and then let's go from here.
Yeah, so about 152, 150.
Oh, wow. That's deep and fast.
Sounds great.
That's a fast heartbeat.
So I hope you guys could hear that okay. But yeah, like legit, oops. That's all you can really see from me. So you just see me, my uniform. Yeah, sorry about the glare. I had to have some good lighting hitting me. But yep. So that was our first time being able to hear the heartbeat and so forth. Cool to hear it. Yes. So I love it so much. Makes me smile. That's the only time I really heard it so far. So the first one was just seeing the baby. Then we get to go to the next doctor appointment, hear the baby. but not see the baby. And then this last one, we got to see the baby, but he wasn't moving. So hopefully June 4th, that means June 5th is going to be really exciting. I have a lot to talk about on June 5th. Yeah, and my mom's going to be, this is her first one. So this is her first grandchild, besides having a grandpup. And then, hey, Missouri travelers, welcome. You just had your first grandchild in December. So look at that. A lot of firsts. You and my mom can talk all about it. And tell her that people in RVs don't need a lot of stuff. And Box Fan D says it was many years ago for when she helped a midwife. I understand. It's all good. I completely understand. My mind's going. There's days I'm outside and I go walking in to get something and I'll be like, stopped in the door, like, what am I doing? And then I had to go back outside, look at what I was doing to come back inside to know what I actually had to get. So totally been there. I understand. So there's that. Now I want to show you I want to show you the baby bed that we bought and where we bought it at and so forth. We feel this is really good for our RVing because it's not a normal crib. It's a pack and play. So with it being a pack and play, it's a little bit smaller, but you can also collapse it for when you're traveling, or if you want to collapse it and put it into the living room, if you want to have the baby out here playing while you're doing things, or if you want to put the baby outside. So with a crib and all that, that doesn't really, that doesn't really help and so forth. And I want to show you that real quick. Share screen. Do this. Sorry. Make sure. Boop. There we go. All right. So the pack and play is on the left side of the screen, and you can actually see in the top part. I'm trying to use my cursor. I know it's kind of hard to see. The top part of the crib, that's actually the bassinet. That bassinet can hold up to 15 pounds. So we try not to put anything in there because we don't want to ruin the integrity of the bassinet, but it can hold up to 15 pounds. There is a little cover that goes over the top. It has like a hanging elephant and so forth. It's really cute. Love it. It's called a baby trend. So we got this one actually at the exchange. So at the Navy Exchange, there wasn't too many left, but once the baby outgrows this, they'll be able to go into the pack and play. This other one that's closer that has like the question marks and everything on it, that's actually the changing table. So if you want to change the baby's diaper or clothes and so forth, you can place the baby in there. And of course on the side closer with that like netting type of look right there, that actually can hold some of your stuff. Like if you want to put a couple of diapers in there, whatever have you. We'll figure that out when we get the baby. And then once the baby outgrows the top part, there is a 2-level type of thing. I wish I had a photo of these not on there, but we have it all set up. But there is a mattress in there that the baby can sleep on. And then once the baby starts rolling around or being able to sit up, you move that mattress down to the bottom part. And then the baby can stay in here. I believe it was up to 33 pounds, if I remember correctly. So about 18 months or so, give or take, of living in this lovely little pack and play. Now, when the baby comes, we will not leave it right here. We're actually going to move it to where the little swing is. This little swing over in the corner on the right. I actually bought this at a consignment shop, saving some money. It was actually very cute. It was already put together, so I did not even have to put it together, so that's even better. It is missing a little cord that you can actually use down the bottom that you can plug into an outlet. However, it comes with batteries. It still swings. It still makes noise. It was $11 instead of like 60 some odd dollars. So heck yeah. So totally bought it. It's cute. It has little lions and all this other stuff. apparently gray is going to be the theme of going on with this little kid. Uh, but yeah, so where this little swing is at is where we'll move the pack and play over. It's a little tight, I'm not going to lie. And actually where you see the blanket behind the pack and play, the blue and black striped one, that is actually where our bunk bed is. It used to be up top and we put it down low because we got rid of the couch that was underneath. So since we got rid of the couch, we move this down there and we can actually lay on that bed. So when the baby's crying in the middle of the night, we'll take turns. We'll either Fabian and I will be sleeping on the bunk bed part and going to get the baby when the baby's crying and feed the baby and whatever needs to happen and so forth. So that way the other person can be in the bedroom and going from there. All right. So that's one of the things that we got for the baby. And actually, and the other thing is this. And we found it was a necessity as I try to get to it because everybody knows babies are a little messy. So we ended up getting a washer and dryer stackable. So it did take out some of our storage compartment and everything because the washer and dryer had to go there. There used to be some shelves. We actually took one of the shelves that was here near the dryer and we made a little shelf up here. So we moved Fabian's clothes down a little bit and then we ended up making like a little laundry. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, everybody. I don't know what happened. I hope you enjoyed the Splendy washer stackable dryer. I don't know what point you missed me talking, but the phone just stopped working for some reason. So that was fun. Anyways, so we'll go back to the other screen because I had to fix myself. There we go. So now you can actually see it. But we ended up taking one of the shelves that was where the dryer is. The dryer's on top. We put it over here for our laundry. There's the Maxwell house is actually laundry detergent. We have the Gain thing here, but we end up, it's dry powder. So we put it in the Maxwell house. We are just repurposing it. So like if we ever have to go to a real dryer, a washer, a laundromat, there we go. If we ever go to a real laundromat, we just bring that container instead of this big whole thing of Gain and so forth. It's just easier. Put a scoop in there, whatever have you. But yeah, here's our washer and dryer. We didn't want to get the combo because we like the fact that you can wash the clothes and put them in the dryer. And then after you switch over, you can start another load. Whereas if it was a combo, it could take up to 3 hours. You only have one load of laundry going on. And we can get way more done if we just do the wash, dry, and then have another load washing. Because the wash takes a little bit over an hour to do, and then the drying's like a little less than an hour, depending on the load. So then we can just switch it out. So that's one thing that we did, or another thing that we did. But there's that, and I would totally love to do a collab. I'm hoping that you're with me on this one, but I'd totally love to do a collab with you, Box Fan D. Like, you're amazing. I don't know if you remember last year, but I promoted you a couple of times on some of our live streams and everything, showing like all the stuff that you did to make your home and so forth, like way before like you like blew up. I mean, you're pretty popular, but like recently you're really popular. So I would totally love to. And yeah, like I'm almost speechless right now. Like I don't know what to say right now. but I do have an Amazon wish list. So Amazon definitely, and we would love to do a YouTube live baby shower. Probably do that sometime. I don't know when. I received some presents already and so forth. Oh, Fabian, baby, can you do me a biggest favor? Can you go in the bedroom and grab the going home onesie, please? Thank you, baby. All right. He's not supposed to be here. Shh. But I would totally want to show this to you because I think it's so freaking cute. I can't even hide my excitement. Oh, thank you. All right. Are you ready for this? Like, look at this. So cute. Can't wait. He's so excited. It's so perfect. That's what he's going to go home in, and probably some pants and so forth. But so there's that. I know we're getting close to the live stream ending, so I don't want to forget about doing some shout outs to some of the other channels and so forth. But yes, we have a gift registry to Amazon. We also have one to Walmart. And that was really weird. Is it in the link? Oh, I can totally do that too. I can put it in the description. I need to get the link and so forth. What I also did, this is really smart. I combined them into it's called Baby List. It's an app and it's also a registry as well. That'll link them all together and actually makes it a lot easier. So you don't have to have like 10 million different links. So as I scroll through, trying to find that real quick for you, 1 second. This is the baby registry. I can see it. And let me see if this will work. I am due September 22nd currently. Just so you all know, if you haven't heard, here is the link to that baby list. Now that baby list will show their registry, but also shows you what I have for Walmart and what I have for Amazon. So hopefully that goes through. And I won't forget to email you and you'll give me fantastic. And mom said, okay, I'm planning on being there place before baby is born, at our place before the baby is born. Yes. You mentioned about the 17th possibly and so forth. So mom is like halfway across the country. So if things change, we'll totally reconnect after that and talk about it. What else? Shout outs. 1 second. I've been getting really thirsty lately, so I'm sorry. All right, so any questions before I go? I'm going to do some shout outs to some channels that are full-time families that live in different RVs, and they also have children at different ages. They're not all YouTubers. Some of them are actually just Instagrammers, or they're just bloggers. So I just want to shout them out real quick and so forth. There was a virtual RV family summit that happened this week. And I was able to attend some of them. I was working a lot too, so I couldn't really see everything. But there were some channels that I was able to watch that gave great family advice, RVing full-time families. Some of them were part-time families and so forth. And one of them was Red, White, and Bethune. I always say their name wrong. So they have their family of 5. They have 2 little boys and a little girl, and they also have 4 dogs. Yes, I think 4 dogs, and they live on a bus. So they are a family that's wicked cute and so forth. I have this cute little clip. I'm just going to show you real quick what this little clip is of them. I won't show it all because I don't want to run out of time, so I'll do part of it. And that you guys get to see their precious little ones. And I almost forgot to hit the share audio because that would have been bad. And share. And Oh dear. I don't think you guys can hear them. Bummer. Anyways, I don't know why it's not sharing. I hit the share the audio. But they're a cute little family. I don't want to waste time. But hopefully one day I will have them as guest appearances and they can talk a little bit more about themselves. But that is Red, White, and Bethune. We also have Never Stop Adventuring. They have some young kids and everything, like wicked young. And they have a fifth wheel that they travel around with. And the blogger that I want to talk about is Unlocating. Unlocating. So they just do blogs and they actually have books. So if you're interested in reading books and so forth, they talk about full-time RVing. And they've actually been full-time RVing for 11 years. When they first started RVing, they had 2 7-year-olds and a 11-year-old. And now they're trying to tell all the families and everything how they went through it before RVing became a real thing and how they went through, they called it road schooling instead of homeschooling. So road schooling, and how they transitioned from the ages of 7 and up until they are leaving the house. So if you have children that are like middle of the road and about to head into the teenage years and so forth, and how they're all handling the different experiences and what to do with the children and how to homeschool or road school, feel free to check out Maggie and Ellen at Unlocating. I don't have a link for them because they just do blogs and I forgot to do that. So I'm sorry. But there's that. And of course, one of our favorites, Nursing Our Travel Bug. So I know they're traveling right now to their new location, which I don't want to say in case if you missed out, but they should be there rather soon. And I am hoping to have them on a live stream with me one of these days coming up. So I won't go too much into them because I'd love for you to meet Natasha, Bill, Bella, and Will, and possibly their little Bernie dog. So I want to say hi to Daddy Delgado. It's been a long time. But thanks for stopping by and saying hi. Awesome shirt. Yes, it's actually Patriots and Cowboys. And it's actually was a wedding present for Fabian and I from my family. And when we went to, well, Fabian likes the Cowboys. I like the Patriots. So, and we got married in 2019. So that's why there's a 19 and it has our name on the back. So it confuses a lot of people. But yeah, thanks. I don't know where my mom got it from. But yes, we all love NOTB. Yes, indeed. So any last questions before I leave? I did drop the link to the registry. Let me know if you can access it or not. Box Van D, I will send you an email, I promise. And then also make sure you check us out every Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, if you're available. Next week, we have a surprise. So can't wait to share that surprise with you next week. If you know any other full-time family RVers that would like to come on board Saturday Night Lives with me and do a chat and promote their channel, let me know. I would totally love to have them. And I don't care if they're full-time or part-time. I don't care if their kids are just babies or they're about to have babies like me, or they're hitting out the road and they're 17, 18 years old and they're transitioning. I would love to hear all the stories and share all the stories with everybody. It's not a traditional type of living. But anyways, I don't see any questions right now in the chat. So just want to say thank you all for joining me, and make sure that you keep proceeding onward in your adventures, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night for our video at 6 p.m. Eastern. Until next time. Bye-bye.